You may protest and disagree with me. And those tones are supposedly because our doorbell's haunted. It's been a while and it's been a few sessions, but let's watch the intro again. As Mars was defeated in the first game, they sent a distress signal to Earth. Yes, Ozzy, that was a dirty trick. As they woke up, they're waking up their sleeper cells that are on Earth. We're sending out these goofy 3D models at these other 3D models. Yeah, that's a fair assessment. This is...
Open ocean doors. Stand by. Deploy Barracuda 01.
Barracuda 01 launched.
Maintain radio contact.
Barracuda 01 to base. Approaching Hyperion, or at least what's left of her. I'm going out there. Let me take a look.
Okay, Jake, be careful.
Airlock clear. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Jake. Jake. You read me, Jake. Jake. Jake, come in.
So this was a 1995 release. It's trying its best to emulate like the kind of schlocky 1950s horror movies with the music and audio. And yeah, the animations are actually pretty good for a small studio in the early 90s. By today's standards, no, they've aged like milk. But, when we last left off, we started a third base that's going to be mostly a detector and potentially dispatch base. It's still getting built. Like, nothing is finished here other than the airlock. And yeah, Jake is extremely dead. Here is our main base. And at 1 o'clock, there's going to be a terror mission. Gonna double check the submarine. Yeah, let's give these new folks a shot. For guns, okay. Bunch of sonic cannons, Blasta rifles that are sonic. Bunch of sonic grenades. Yeah, the ocean is actually quite big. It's about 78% of the planet's surface. This game is set in the year 2040, so I don't think it's super accurate, but at least part of the accuracy is most of Florida is just underwater now, I guess. I think that's a bigger than appropriate chunk out of Antarctica. Alright, we also have this alien base down here. Alien bases are awful. In this one, more so than... Ah, there it is. Oh, Shoshazi. No! Come here. Dog needs to be comforted that the neighbors do indeed exist outside and that they're allowed to. Shush. Those are some pretty good dog noises. Ah, yes. This one's at a very inconvenient time. Let's cheese this a bit. So, using this, strategies I've described before, we are, this terror site has a time limit, but the time limit, doesn't run out as long as something is trying to fly to it. So we are sending interceptors to try and push the clock back a bit. Because, we want daylight for this. And wait till it's just about there before sending next one. Also keeping an eye on its fuel, because at about 50% fuel, or yeah, roughly at 50% fuel, aircrafts will try to fly back to base. Let's try that one more time. Actually, let's see if we can just send this out first. I don't think that's gonna help a whole lot. Let's see how much, okay, yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna have to do this as a night mission. Well, let's give it a go. I think one of these flares got destroyed at some point. I am also not above save scumming like a complete jerk in this. I seem to recall Alexandru has vulnerabilities for psionics, So. Well, that's where one of the flares went. Okay. I think that's a decent loadout. And it's a cruise ship. Cool. We're just gonna drop a save scum here. Skip the first turn. Yeah, actually, cruise ships are pretty well lit. Okay, it looks like it's gonna be a Guildman mission. That shouldn't be too bad. Once more with feeling. Oh hey, a deep one. Deep, get in there. Aha. Rascal spotted. Okay, Ion's way back there. And drop this here. Let's see if we can't do a move. That ought to do it. Might block off the access to the upper decks, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Can we get indoors and move? Send a rookie in here. Or not. Rookie over here. Alright, I guess it's gonna go this way. Let's have everybody in back here. Shut. I think Nikolay might be probably bogged down by their equipment. Hearing some stun weapons go off. Now this upper section is bad, but mostly because navigating it is being funneled through a bunch of choke points. The second part is bad because mostly for the fact that my brain stopped. Right, because there's a lot of hidey holes for enemies to just kind of wander into. Why did you pick the longest route to get up those stairs? Out of curiosity, can Jadid make that shot? No. Got him. Gonna start having folks move to conserve for a snapshot. Yeah, I've got just a few too many belongings here. And putting Theodore at some risk. Oh yeah, you haven't gone yet. Just, with your okay reactions, keep an eye on that window. Jadid hasn't gone. Turned around a little bit. Otherwise, no. Keep an eye on room here. There we go. Give a door. Yeah, I think that's about best we can hope for. Larson, you're kind of stuck behind the stairs until this nerd gets out of the way. Got a spare sonic cannon. At first blush, this looks like it might be a small... This stage might be small and short. We'll find out. Aha. Eh. Get out of here, nerd. Oh, that's why. Okay. That's annoying. These rails count as, these railings do count as occupied tiles. Having a hard time punching through the ship's walls. Not crazy about the sound design choice for walking on this flooring. Give it a... Get up there. I am relatively sure the magnetic armor doesn't let you fly on missions like this, which is kind of bull, because this is the exact kind of mission you'd want it for. We'll do some field testing though later. If the game decides that, hey, maybe you should get some Zerbite. Because I think I've only got enough from a single downed USO from towards the start of the game, and I don't think I've encountered any other USOs that didn't just outrun interception. Where to put Sveta? Sveta will go down this hallway. Ion, you're fine there. That was a heck of a kaboom. Terror missions are gonna be the death of me. I think I just shot the floor out, so this deep one can't go up the stairs. That shot didn't miss, though. I think what's worse about this particular XCOM over the first as well is, with these sliding doors, it makes it such that, you can't really tell where aliens have been. You just kinda gotta figure out, by just having line of sight on whatever area you're trying to blanket with fire. Let's get some eyes inside the deck of the ship. Well, that's getting frustrating. Yeah, you don't need to worry about snapshots. You just need to be worried about having grenades ready. Okay, looks like the remainders might just all be in here. Just in case they're hiding back here. Ooh, pardon. How's everybody's day going today? Mine was going great until terror missions. Aha, a weenie. smoked weenie. There's a rascal just running around unarmed. Oh, I saw something over here. Where'd it go? I'm sure it'll shoot me in the face in a moment. I really hope the below decks are well lit. Made it to dumb Destiny 2 meme, huh? I'm still early on in Destiny 2, so that meme unfortunately falls a little short on me. I'll get it one day. I see. I'm wondering if the rascal's in here. Maybe I will. Yeah, know where to get in there. Or whatever surviving alien, go through a door. Oh, hi. Oh, we still got more rascals, it looks like. Hmm. I swear I put you deep in fancy armor. Guess not. Well, found the last rascal. I presume is the last rascal. Looks like that's the last rascal, yep. Yep, that's the last one. Now for part 2! Oh boy! Let's quickly do some logistics, reload everybody with some fresh clips of ammo. We actually have a few sonic cannons that were just completely fresh. Give it another chemical flare. Ion, pretty good, other than let's give you another grenade. Ion here is absolutely primed to just violently explode if necessary. And well, that seems like not a great moral thing to do. I've just sent people with 4 psionic defenses before, with just loaded with a bunch of explosives. And usually that solves whatever problem. You're just a fresh cannon. You're fine. I don't think Ellen's shot anything. I sworn somebody fired their blaster rifle. Guess not. Just everybody out here shooting cannons. Okay, good. This area is actually pretty well lit. Oh boy. This is a really bad layout. Of course there's an enemy in here. Why wouldn't there be? If you can't eat us, delete us. Why can't I throw this any of these locations? Dumb. Well then, I guess we're just gonna reload that save. Well, that solves a problem. This part of the mission is typically worse, because there's close to twice as many aliens, and there's a lot of places for them to just up and hide. Night, Mason. Have a good one. On the bright side, unlike the last time I did a mission in here, though, there isn't 4 enemies just in this opening room. So, that's a plus. I'm gonna try and not stun things on this part of the mission, because, don't really need many of the, Gillmen alive at this point of the game, and, well, stunning them and walking away, these missions tend to drag on longer than the stun lasts. Also, the choke point that is this stupid elevator. And this civilian just blocking this entire pathway. Send this rookie up this way first. One nice thing about these boat terror missions, at least, is the map is fixed. So don't have to worry too much about random enemy, or rather, not really random enemy placement so much as having nooks and crannies we don't know exist, because it's the same map, basically. I could hate the civilian dead. You don't get a stun stick. Otherwise, I would just stun this civilian and get it out of the way. That was a very whoops moment from that Gillman. Howdy. I know one of the aliens is up here on this floor. I don't think I should send in Alexandra alone, though, especially with just a stun stick. Let's work on sweeping these lower levels first. Wait, no, damn it. Whatever. Trying to punch a hole through this wall. Hopefully just get a shortcut. Oh, just a post. I don't believe there's anything around this post though, so if we take out this support, should be able to just beeline through under here. Vividar though is gonna head upstairs. Right, there's nothing up here other than getting to over there. Whatever. Worst part about this one, in my opinion, is with all of these boxes and having to move vertically up and down on staircases or on this elevator, eats up most of your time units, so your actual progression into the rest of the ship is extremely slow. I wonder why this Gillman is just running around with nothing. Might be, trying to... Might have been an enemy that was supposed to be psionic, but Gillmen don't have psions. Vaporize that box. Can't quite punch through that wall yet. See what our rookie and stun stick here can suss out. Send the grenades up. Aha, a rascal. Ah, yes, you had a... Well, you have a clear line of sight to that guy, but there's not much you can do about it. Oh, hey. Okay, cool. I can just right click to make them stop what they're doing. Probably not the best strats here, but, what is that? Who had the... I mean... Lars, okay. having a real hard time hitting this. How? How did you miss that? Finally. Cool, civilian, you are in the way, so I can't just try to take a window shot, but also that can work. Not quite enough to prime and toss that. Oh, not enough to prime it on this turn. Go, Lars, go. I think that's it for Lars. Forget anybody? As look at Ividor might get shot. Might be a good time to set up a second save scum here. Because this is pretty far in the mission. Oh. Oh, cool. You can take a shot from way over there. Maybe not. That's the deep one taken care of. I think these are the last two enemies left. Finally. Ah, good. Now I don't have to get blamed for shooting that civilian. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna grenade this guy. Drop the flare, grab the grenade, huck the grenade. Let's see if that does it. Not quite. I'm more surprised I can just walk over those big gaping holes in the floor. I hate how expensive this vertical movement is. I think we're just down to one critter at this point. Just going off of how short the turns are, but not really sure where I should start looking. Hey, you two have kind of just been stewing up here. Just run into the elevator. You too, Jadeep. All of his time units, but he did it. I think everybody's gone. Yep. Ah, cool. Looks like they're on the top floor here. Looks like they're actually close to the top of these steps. Oh my god, you stupid civilians. Of course they're all converging up here. Why wouldn't they? Just in case, I'll keep an eye out in that direction. I'd be real mad if one of you is hiding in here. Yeah, it's everybody. Huh. Where'd they go? They go over to this staircase. Did they go down here? think this engine room is pretty much clean of alien life. Aha! Oh, we still got some rascals. Seemed like it was trying to indicate something in this area. I guess something probably in this area, and bumped into the back of Veta over here. Down right there, just go ahead and wander down that hallway. Of course. Yeah, here was the person I was. Not quite finding right away. Well, if they decided to duck out into here, they're gonna get shot. More than likely, anyway. Hmm. I am at a loss as to where this last alien might be. Oh, there it is. Damn it. I think the game might have given up. Judging from the fact that this deep one just kind of stood there. Really appreciate if you actually aimed at the ground. Okay. Making me wrap all the way around to it. Yeah, this might give some folks a little bit of Dwarf Fortress flashbacks in terms of clutter. Especially if you play with a visualizer. Ah, cool. Can't pass to the stairs. Oh yes, the stun stick hasn't gone in yet. Yeah, I think that deep one just kind of gave up. Get out of there, Ellen. Really? Come on. Well, let's save scum and see if we can't get into pickpoking range. That did it. Oh, as usual, that was an ordeal. But got a really good score for it. Probably will offset most of the penalties I'm taking. Helen couldn't hit anything, so she got no stat increases. Deep, I think, has peaked for the amount of Aquanauts we currently have. Oh, no, wait, it's counting the Aquanauts that haven't come in yet, so now we're actually getting to see commander ranks, as well as lieutenants. And Eric Larson, of course, is the commander. Oh boy. See what we've got from the, what we got from all that. Bunch of corpses that we're just gonna knock most of. Yeah, I haven't seen much in the way of USOs. Everything's been Terror Mission, Terror Mission, Terror Mission. It's kind of awful. At least MC readers are valuable. They're really just layering on sonic cannons, huh? Terror missions are awful. I don't have to do them, I won't. But, once this general stores is done, we're gonna probably put a transmission resolver in here, so we have a much bigger picture of the globe. Right, we did put sonic oscillators on this monstrosity. And this is a transmission resolver, so we should get a 100% chance of detecting anything in this region. For what that's worth, which so far hasn't been much. Aha! Calcinite corpse. It's pretty nondescript to just looking at this thing. Once the armored suit is stripped away, the calcinite is revealed to be a huge amorphous blob of protoplasm. No visible brain, limbs, or sensory organs exist. A small metallic component resides deep within the body. Once dead, we can only guess at the creature's nature, an inexplicable enigma of our alien enemies. We can now research Vibroblade. So, if we wish, we could go hard into the melee research tree, which not the worst choice, to be honest. So with that, we want to hit up the Vibroblade. Hey, we have Gilman Technique. The new fighter transporter is kind of garbage. It's, the problem is you can't use tanks on it, because the doors are only 1 tile wide and you need a 2 tile wide exit, which the default Triton has, and the final ship has, not the in-between. There's also no reason to put a gun on a dropship in this, because if a dropship gets shot down, everybody on board is dead. Aha! Matter Control Reader. Inside the bodies of aliens, we have found small surgically implanted units. These are control implants designed by the Aquatoids to allow the constant supply of information from the battlefield, even at great distances. The Molecular Control Reader is an alien communication device, which is used to take information directly from MC implants. Units can use this device in combat to display aliens' characteristics. Select the Use option, then click on an alien with the cursor. This is really only super useful for the part of the tech tree where you absolutely must locate which of the aliens is the commander on a mission. Oof, pardon. And so you can know which one to take alive, because that's something you need for research. Otherwise, these things are worthless. Well, other than they're worth about 300 grand to just hawk them. And, let's see, so we got the MC Reader. Now we can do the Tassoth. Let's do a Squad Leader, why not? Interviews are pretty quick. Ah, good, we have a bunch of fresh recruits. Pretty solid. Abdullah here is okay, not too shabby. Ludmilla here is actually really good. Like, the only thing that could be better is slightly higher reactions and better the maximum bravery roll. Strength is okay. Mathy, not awful, but not great. Gariel, on the other hand, pretty bad. Really brave, though. This is the kind of unit I would probably use as a kamikaze with a bunch of explosives. Because they're really brave, and they'll just run up into any danger and then violently explode. Because they don't have the accuracy to shoot anything, and they're really only good at throwing things. Low strength, though. You say you monster, but this is a war. Jeremy here is actually a pretty solid unit, other than he's a complete coward who pee he own pants. Mikkel is a worse Jeremy. Ella is also probably worth sending back to the farm. Other than really good reactions. Fiacola. Really accurate. Complete coward. Really slow. Not very strong. This is probably what I would use as a sniper. Philippe. Philippe's pretty solid overall. Little slow in terms of run speed. And we're back to Silas. Okay, cool. Silas, why don't you have armor? Beep, you get ion armor. Eric Larson is getting beyond all control in terms of how stupidly good his stats are getting. And I don't think that their bravery is basically a 6-sided die roll and then multiplied by 10 for starting bravery. They can't hear me. I don't have the speakerphone on for them. Besides, look at John Winther here. He's a super brave boy. He has earned his plastic armor. Ellen was unable to shoot anything. Nikolai has also been doing pretty good. You get armor. And then I think we're back. Yeah, we're back into the new hires. Okay, cool. Tassoth squad. Tassoth. These agile and fast enemies are a mainstay of the alien army. Hundreds are birthed in massive breeding vats deep in the heart of the alien colonies. Vastly more powerful than a man, the Tassoth is a true alien and its behavior and carnivorous nature unmatched on the planet. The Tassoth often forms the spearhead of an alien attack and never seems to shrink from the fight, even in the face of overwhelming odds. I seem to recall there being mechanical notes saying that despite this description, they actually have the worst morale and bravery of any of the alien units. They are the most likely to start panicking if you basically start mulching enemies wholesale or start hitting them with the panic attacks via matter control. And because they are a squad leader, they can tell us about mission types. Alien infiltration. This can result in official contact between aliens and corporations or governments at the highest level. The climax of this activity is characterized by intense alien sub-activity in the waters of the organized concerned. The aliens will attempt to sign an agreement with the government or organization by offering knowledge of their superior technologies. This alien activity represents a major threat to XCOM. If a corporation or government cooperates with the invaders, then its funding ceases. So yeah, infiltration. This is the most horrendous mission type you can deal with because... Oh, and we can get the MC Disruptor now. If those missions succeed, you just lose funding, period. Oh, hey, we're actually in the positive score. That's gonna come back to bite us. But, yeah, like, if any of these get infiltrated, there goes all of our funding. And, I do find it funny that Alaska just broke away from the USA entirely. That's mildly amusing, and they're actually, like, well, they're on the upper end of the lower half of high income, or the lower income nations, which is also kind of amusing. I mean, I guess they've got a lot of oil, but still. Asian Coalition seems to be signing most of my checks, USA signing the rest, or all of the, USA has the majority of my check signatures, whereas, followed by Asian Coalition. Egyptian Cartel's been tossing their head in more and more. They've even surpassed Neo Japan. Neat. The Vibroblade. The Vibroblade is a long, sharp knife blade of titanium which spins at over 6,000 RPM. This device can crack even the toughest diving armor. The power source is an alien invention. Our attempt at building these items before met with dismal failure. Our blades rotated too slowly or exploded under pressure. Pretty solid melee weapon, does about 80 damage, which... yeah, that's stronger than the heavy Gauss cannon that soldiers can carry around. And the next step in the melee tree, I believe, was a Gillman corpse. Which, this should take no time at all. Should probably look into these too, but whatever. We can now make vibroblades. Gillman autopsy. Once surgery began, it became clear this is no alien, but an Earthborn creature, an ancient prehistoric race that was thought destroyed at the very moment mammals became dominant. In a time when dinosaurs roamed, these creatures lived, the Gillman amphibious, intelligent and strong. The cataclysm that ended the reptile rule on this planet forced these creatures into a symbiotic relationship with the newly arrived aliens. A small electronic device is lodged in the skulls of the creatures. And now we can do thermic lances. if I need a live Gillman for any reason. Yeah, just Commander. I'm a little surprised that we're this far and we've already seen Tassoth as well as Gillmen and Aquatoids, but we haven't seen any Lobstermen. Cram. We really need that Lobsterman Commander too, because we can't get the best submarine without him. Ah, yes, you haven't encountered a Disruptor Pulse Launcher. Lobsterman's no myth. Crab people. Yeah, why not? Get thermic lamps out of the way. Alright, cool. Now that that's done with, let's get a transmission resolver going. Yes, I am producing, I believe it's over here. I am producing Gauss cannons to sell for income. One of the benefits of OpenXCom is you can just toggle something to just sell it automatically. Right, was holding off on building Mantos just yet because we're a little light on resources because everything so far has been terror missions. Get some more general stores in here. General stores are good for, well, they store crap as you might imagine, but they build fast and they're low maintenance, so just need to fill out a base just to have some space, or if you want to try and build something strategically. Not a bad idea to have these, just kind of pad out your base. Probably a better idea though to get something like Sonic or PWT defenses, which we haven't seen any PWTs yet. Also, out of curiosity. Okay, yeah, no, I was misreading. Thought we got something a little fancier, but then soldiers and squad leaders, but nope. Might build another laboratory, I think, in the core base. Oh, this one has Lobsterman. And this one is heading towards the Antarctic. Oh. Well. Could finally encounter Lobstermen. I'm not feeling super confident on a undamaged large UFO. I believe it was a supply UFO though. This is a terrible idea, but fueling. Also, wow, that one's going really. These are going really fast. Finally starting to get some UFOs to shoot down, and they're too fast. Cool. The Thermic Lance is a logical extension of the Vibroblade technology. The blade revolves at high speed, and a Zerbite power source superheats the blade to cut through armor like a warm knife through butter. 110 melee damage. That's about, yeah, that's on par with the Sonic Blasta rifle. I think is the other direction. It's a little softer than the Sonic Cannon. And then there's the Heavy Thermic Lance, which I think is stronger than the Heavy Sonic Cannon. If I remember the numbers right. But, let's just research a Gilman Technician. Just cause. It's waiting here. Aha! MC Disruptor. The ultimate in MC technology. This can only be used by Aquanauts with MC skills. Click on the disruptor, select the type of attack, and select the target unit with the cursor. There are two types of disruptor attack. Jam Implant. If successful, the unit becomes confused and it may panic. Control Implant. If successful, you will gain control of the enemy unit. I can't remember if there was a third one in the original XCOM all of a sudden. But yeah, it's basically panic target or control target. And I believe this is the equivalent of the Mind Shield, which the Mind Shield makes it so I believe your base is harder to detect. I'm trying to recall. I think it was that or another building. Night Region. But I think it was the Psi Shield or one other structure that basically made it so your base defenses would get a second attack. What do I want to research next? Thermal shock bomb and launcher. Yeah. We're gonna want a few of these. There's no speed though. Gonna wait a few days. And build, I think, living quarters and another general stores. Caribicom, I think, is going to be another interception base, and with a retinue of soldiers to just guard in case something tries to invade. Out of curiosity. Okay, so that large supply UFO has hurt our score a bit. An outrageous amount. Gillman. Almost human, a strange creature who appears to be a reptilian humanoid, very closely related to man. This creature is extremely powerful and fast in the undersea world. Gillmen are a fully fledged race, there being male and female specimens of varying ages. They are unlike the majority of underwater aliens as they bear none of the signs of genetic alteration or surgical deformation. It is possible we are looking at some ancient branch of our own species. And we get info on the battleship. I have researched the MC lab, and this is the first month that I've had a chance to actually start screening folks for what their MC stats are. So we'll find out at the end of this month. Battleships are really nasty because they can survive a lot of punishment, they do a lot of damage, and their weapon range is comparable to the sonic oscillators. Also stupidly fast. But this is pretty much the only ship you're going to find towards the late and end game. I think with one or two other ships that fly around. I'll have you folks study the launcher, I think. Hey there, Ozzy. How's it going, dog? We finally got the sub pen going. Probably, yeah, let's toss in another. Aha! Thermal shock bomb. The thermal shock bomb is used for capturing live humans, but it can also be used against most alien races. It is fired from a thermal shock launcher. Does 120 freeze damage. That's pretty substantial for a big stun explosion. May as well go in on the generator. And the thermal shock launcher also finished. A small thermal shock launcher which fires chemical freeze bombs. Very useful for capturing live aliens. Absurdly accurate. Let's get this research out of the way, even though not really a ship I'm looking forward to using. If I don't think I'm going to use it all if I can help it. And now we can make thermal shock. Have finished the Gauss cannon production for sale. Let's get a few MC disruptors. Exactly 5. They're a little pricey. They're worth it though, because they're really bonkers. Assuming we have anybody of worth to use them. We'll find out. Yeah, we do have an MC lab here. Not quite sure what other facilities I want to put in here yet. Maybe an MC lab? Now, I could be a sneaky Pete here and ship out my scientists so I don't have to pay for them. Ship them back to and fro. Also, wow, that many scientists and only average progress. And we got 2 MC disruptors done. Yeah, whatever. Everybody happy. I don't even know how I got that extra score, but okay. Okay. MC strength. Looks like we got a few decent potential candidates. And I believe due to Open XCOM workshop. Okay. Workshop, or not workshop. I believe there is a modification such that I could actually invest more into some of these troops to improve their MC skills. Actually, it looks like every month they just get a skill boost. This is their strength, and that's their skill. I don't remember that, but okay. Unless this is supposed to be MC defense over here and skill on over here? I forget how they changed the terminology for a lot of this stuff, from UFO defense to Terror from the Deep. It's been a very long time. But let's start screening some of the new folks. And the rest of the folks that we've had on staff for a bit. Also, speaking of workshops, should probably get some technicians in here. I think the upper limit I can profit in a month is like 104 with the amount of technicians I've got here. But let's save. I'm gonna guess a terror mission's about to happen. Yeah. Oh no, this is alien activity detected. Oh, it's an artifact site. I forget, do artifact sites go away or are they permanent? Until you basically clear them out. Because I do recall that artifact sites are relatively tough in this one. I just don't remember exactly what they entail. I'll just quickly look that up. That's fair. And they are two-part missions. They are the Okay, cool. So, artifact sites are treated as terror sites, and ignoring them costs 2,000 points. Whereas showing up and leaving is only a penalty of 750 points. Let's see. The rewards, on the other hand, are absolutely ridiculous. And due to the, let's see, typically due to depth, it also has very bad lighting, because they're, as you would imagine, they're on the seabed, and yeah. These missions are rough, because they're two-parters as well, and the interiors are mazes. Typically, these missions are filled with Tassoths, Tentaculats, Aquatoids, and Hallucinoids. That said, let's see. Huh, weird. Yes, there is the threat of mind control. Just looking at some of the potential rewards, and the most baffling is the fact that they have no Zerbite. Ton of plastics, though. Like, I will be set for plastics if I do this. As well as ion beam accelerators. Alien implanter, huh? Reanimation zone. Okay, yeah. You can build aquaplastics, it's not particularly efficient to. Like, there is, relative to the amount of engineers you need to make, like, if you're looking at the profit, if you were trying to sell them, aquaplastics are really inefficient. But still, yeah, could, but yeah. Probably shouldn't. Let me just quickly take a look at the crew on board. Okay, I believe strength is mental defense. I'm gonna have to double check that because it's been a long time. Let's take a look. Okay, yeah, strength basically affects defense but it's okay, yeah. Defense affects more or less the MC strength is more or less I'm struggling with words at the moment. Super flat, it's more or less the higher it is, the more likely you are to resist matter control. Skill is something you can adjust and improve, and it increases how likely you are to succeed with matter control. Like, Seth here is really beefy for psionics. Theodore, not so much. Jiraj, don't feel confident with. Jadeep, still strong. Alexandru, I believe we have been keeping in regular gear because, yeah, they were getting messed up by MC quite a bit, so assumed that they probably had a poor MC strength. Nividar's not shabby. Eric Larson, suitable for a commander. Ian, we'll pee him pants. Ian might have to get cycled out. And that's all we know about. So I think we're gonna tag Ian out for Seth. We don't know much about these relatively new units. I'm gonna drop Ellen and put in someone else. How about Philippe? Now, something else that's kind of neat about this that I've barely gone over before was, where was it? No, that's not it. Nope. We could just go straight into the inventory of the folks who are going to be showing up on here. Alexander is just getting stun stick because he doesn't have the greatest size strength, but he's not too much of a danger with the taser. The CPU doesn't really seem to know how to handle a unit outfitted like this. Typically, anyway. Jiraj, you might be getting stun stick duty. Also, I almost forgot. We could probably start switching over to thermal shock launchers. Throw in some of those MC disruptors. Wow, these things are big. I think Seth was another one who had really good stats. Yeah. And Larson, why not? Yeah, I'll just leave you with the laser. How about? I think I might. Not really sure who to give a thermal shock launcher to. Maybe Lars. Might be a little heavy. Well, and we get this alternative music. This mission is a raid on a freshly activated alien communications site. There are 2 levels to the site, the seabed with its alien pyramids and a hidden alien complex. Get all the Aquanauts to the entrance of the complex and click on the abort mission icon to proceed. If you quit, place Aquanauts into the flying sub and click on the abort mission icon. Yeah, that's not really important, other than if we need to bail, and that's pretty standard rule. Now this is a mission that's gonna be pretty tense. Let's see. Looks like there might be a structure just like right here. That's fun. We're gonna skip our first turn. Oops. Yep, that's a pyramid. No sounds. Unsettling. Oh, and we're on the very edge of the map. Oh, Tassoth. Let's see how you like this. Oh, there's more than one. Cool. Hmm. Dang, not quite. Aha! Okay, that high-pitched bleeping was actually part of the soundtrack, not me going insane. That's good to know. Also, wow, these Tassoth have really awful shots. Aw. Let's see, that's 42. Exactly enough. Let the shenanigans begin! That rifle might seems a bit too heavy for lawyers. Oh boy. Wonderful. They survived grenades. And being shot with sonic cannons. Huh. Well then. That doesn't seem hard. That seems hardly fair, but okay. My curiosity. That's turn one, that's also turn. You can also switch over to UFO defense, because they're basically the same engine. there's an Aquatoid. Oh wow, this one's really messed up. Let us go out in a blaze of glory. Not sure what happened to the other one. I guess it... My only guess is it may have passed out from its wounds. Hmm. Yeah, good to know that little Tamagotchi or little PC speaker chirp is part of the soundtrack. Yeet. That blast might catch this person. Might catch Theodore. Might have to restart this one. And curiosity. Okay, cool. That's about as effective as I thought it was gonna be. Oh, there's the Tentaculat. I was hoping you wouldn't. They didn't hit. Yeah, I think we're restarting. Especially after those friendly fire kills. Ah, good times. Let's try that again. We're gonna be very aggressive with our save scumming. Because this game is very aggressive with everything else, literally. Okay, yeah, they have terrible accuracy, but really high reactions and throwing accuracy. Better at melee. Bullet sponges. You don't have to worry about snapshots. You just have to worry about hugging your friend here. And body blocking shots. Lars has to drop this rifle. Go out the door. Why didn't that grenade go off? There it goes. Let's save scum. Right there. Oh. Okay. Oh, to finish that one. Well, there's one of the biggest threats taken out. Oh, hey, there's a little rascal way over there. No, there's not. That's here. Alrighty, that's a task off down. Oh ho! Absite wimps around. Well, that's a stubborn Tassoth. That's not gonna happen. I think that's the way in over here. Having Philippe keep an eye out on this. Linus and Lars. Maybe over here. Okay, that one's just a hollow structure. I could definitely stand to maybe invest in better size skill, or MC skill rather. And yes, hello there. And yes, this is the isometric era. They're trying to steal Jiraj's mind. I am being very cheesy here and save scumming like a madman. I'm just gonna mess with this particular no success, but that's okay. Enough time units, okay. So, one of the issues with this map is it's actually a pretty small map, but visibility is a hell of a thing on this map, because you can get lots of lines of sight due to these cracks in the pyramids, but you still might not be able to take the shot. Shot, hide behind cover. Take a shot, go behind cover. And the reason why I'm not doing anything about this Aquanaut over here is that I know they're going to lose any battle of mind control. And as such, they're given a pretty non-threatening stun stick. Pyramids are annoying though, because they are structured such that it's you can see through them, but it's really hard to actually get inside. I have Jiraj actually try to go through this tiny pyramid in the corner, which is clearly meant to snipe at anything from up there. That sounded like a rat squeak. Doesn't seem appropriate for the sound design. I think that was the door. I will be right back. Also learn. No idea what the source was. Alright, snapshots of this thing are expensive. I think Theodore up here is fine. I think it was a doorbell just on the TV in the adjacent room. Oh boy, they're having a time. Alright, that one's down. Beat that over there. There's a very dead Tassoth, yes. Might be something that way. Thanks. I see. You can play that game. Let's make sure this pass-off is super dead. Maybe take out this pyramid in the process. And yeah, they do throw fast for being underwater. I guess you could just say that you could argue they're hydrodynamic. Let's see. Well, that certainly upset them. Aha. I don't think we have the MC skill to really deal with. Might not have the size strength or MC strength to deal with an octopoid. Hello, Ozzy. What are you doing, dog? Take a sip. Also, if you aren't following already, I would greatly appreciate it if you did give me a follow. Doesn't cost you anything and helps me out. Fine if you don't want it though. And thank you for that follow, Tyro. Or Tyro Maven, rather. Follows also let you know, I believe send an email to whatever account you have registered with. When I'm about to stream. Or rather, when I'm streaming. Yeah, no line of fire. Well, I guess we'll just try to slam jam their implant. Maybe try some molecular control. I'm gonna guess that might be the commander unit, possibly. Or if not commander, just a really beefy Aquatoid. Bet I could hit that Aquatoid from grenade. Catch. I really hope that doesn't knock out that light. Running low on flares. Well, they're freaking out. Sounds like John Winther and yeah, Jiraj seem to have the short straws of bad MC strength. I know Jiraj because they were screened for it, but there's the rascal. Ugh. But judging from the fact that they're attacking John Winther, gives me a pretty good idea that they might have weak MC strength. Didn't mean for them to start running, but okay. Now, this is a proximity grenade. I don't I suspect it's not gonna do a whole lot of good. Even if this Tassel sets it off, it's not gonna be enough damage to really hinder them all that much, but it at least puts up a smoke screen. However, that rifle blast might put them over the top if they try anything funny. Where's it been going after Popescu? Yeah, there's one of the units that has been losing their marbles. Alright, I have people standing on the roof up here, yeah, right. Right. They really can't take many shots because this UFO's in the way. And yeah, the GUI is kind of nice. It is updated to more modern sensibilities. Like, these tooltips as I mouse over the buttons would not be here if I was playing the original version of this game. I am playing this through OpenXCOM, which actually provides a lot of quality of life. But otherwise, yeah, one of the qualities of life is I can just use the mouse wheel to scroll up and down floors. Normally I would have to click on this ladder button, switch up and down, or hit page up and down. But, yeah. The cursor is really lovely. Among the things that it can actually be used to cheat a bit. Like, this area over here you can't actually see, but if I put the cursor here, you can see that the the front parts of the box are missing, implicating that there is an object or wall here. When this game came out, I don't think mouse scroll wheels were a thing. This is a 1995 release. This is back in the days when it was still a bit of a Wild West on which mouse was the best. Are trackballs the better idea? Are flight joysticks superb or not? Force feedback. Does it enhance a game? Yes or no? And yes, we absolutely take mouse scroll wheels for granted these days. Not where I wanted that to go, but that's okay. Okay. Looks like we might be down to the last handful of units. Oh, there's one. I did say they were squad leaders, though, so I have suspicions they're going to be very hard to MC control. I physically cannot get closer to this Tassoth. It's going to violently explode. I don't think Dredge... Yeah, Dredge doesn't have any ranged weaponry. Good to know there's nothing over here. Really take the shot. No. I believe has to be standing. All the same, we got him. I believe this is also from the era when they were still messing around with the idea of a third mouse button. Not even a middle mouse button, which is built into the scroll wheel, just a third mouse button. I recall some designs where it was like on the side of the mouse, others where it was more just in front of where the mouse wheel would be, which you still see that design from nowadays. And here's the problem with this stupid map is I can see him, but I can't get a line of fire. That's right, you got nothing. Your accuracy, pretty high accuracy. I think that's right, I wanted Philippe to get. That's right. Just gonna hide in here and continue to torment this particular Tassoth. Alexandru is out of things to throw at other things. Hi, John. Cool move. Aha. Oh, there goes the bigger threat. See if we can't molecular control this last one. Nope. more rascals, huh? If you say so. Get in there, Nikolai. It's completely out of time units trying to do that. We'll go out in a little bit, Ozzy. We might have to just stop in the middle of this mission. But at least want to finish this first part, because we're pretty close to the end. Natural selection with technology is... Or rather, the natural selection of technology is, iffy. Some legitimately good technologies just end up not used. Usually because, well, a good example would be like Tesla's tower, where it was incredibly useful and would provide free power for everybody within a certain range. Potentially some health problems that wouldn't be detectable until much later, but it was never used because they were concerned more with where do we put the power meter. We can't make immediate millions of dollars off of this, therefore it is not useful. Okay, looks like this is... Oh, this is an open structure. There might be someone in here. That is really annoying. Get in there, Draj. And yeah, it's not the same as will it survive long enough to reproduce, of course. Is there a rascal up here? Entirely possible. The tentaculate. So one enemy type that can show up here that hasn't, and I think we've seen on the previous stream, is Hallucinoid, which is one of the rarest enemy spawns. There's the last rascal. Got him. Oh, that was an ordeal. Having negotiated the alien structure and entered the complex, the mission goals are clear. Penetrate the heart of the alien facility and destroy the Xenomium molecular control device, and to complete the mission. To abort, place all Aquanauts on the Axis lift start point and click on abort mission icon. Hey, we actually have some MC readers now if we want to use them, which, yeah, why not? We might be able to get a little use out of them, especially if we give them to the folks with stun sticks who aren't doing much else. And I think our other stun stick was dead. Yeah. I really need to carry that. But yeah, the 90s era kind of goofy looking weapons are pretty neat. I really like the weapon design in Terror from the Deep as well as the original XCOM. They're much prettier in this because they actually used more colors. They used a larger color palette for Terror from the Deep. which is among the things people were really mad at Terror from the Deep for, because these were features that were supposed to be in UFO Defense that they just never delivered on. Among the early, original PC game outrages, it was the difference between, I think, 256 and 16-bit. 256 color and 16-bit. I forget the exact. Like it's more colors than 8-bit. Like it had pretty similar shading to this. It's just the palettes. There was less palettes, which I think is. Yeah, it is part of bitage, but yeah, they just did not deliver on using a wide variety of colors, unlike this game, which gets really colorful. Like, look at those little cyans in there, and little darker teals, and then it becomes like a really dark forest green. Oh, dog's barking at something. Yeah, Lars, let's give you some. Let's redistribute some flares, because I think we might have destroyed a bunch. Winter. Beep. Bet you've already got one. Eight-bit, I think, is 264 colors, maybe, but the other restriction with 8-bit typically was on a sprite like this, you couldn't have more than 3 or 4 colors. And it had about the same amount of colors as this, so it was technically 16-bit graphics. I think there was something it just didn't have. Can't remember exactly what it was missing. Anyway. I don't know why you're holding on to that. Oh right, because originally we're kitted with a Blasta power rifle. Whoops. Alright, this part is more like the alien base that you would get in the first game. This does not look like a terribly huge map, but we are also on the top floor, so I think this is a small map with a lot of verticality. I don't recognize what's a door. Oh, these I think are just towers. Yep. Yep, not liking this. Just taking a quick preliminary peep around, but that's about where we're gonna call it for tonight. We've been at this for a while. Oh, whoops. Well, we're about to wrap up, you were saying? But yeah, this is an interesting terror mission. It's not boats. so I'm liking it more automatically. We lost somebody on the first floor. It was a stun stick person. That was basically their job, was to get in there and get shot if necessary. Anyway. Back at Scum 3, we'll explore this half of the mission, I think, next time. They did die very well. The only reason they died was there was an enemy that was completely unaccounted for. And that was my mistake. And, yeah, they got shot in the face at a pretty good range. They served their purpose of helping me keep line of sight to Torment and ultimately gun down all of them. Anyway, thank you all for coming. I'm gonna see if there's somebody on at the moment that can be raided over to.